I always do that. Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. I don't know what just happened. I was trying to go live a few minutes ago and there was a lot of stuff going on my laptop and it kind of like froze up on me a little bit. But nonetheless, we are back for Real Housewives of Atlanta review of the reunion part 1. So let's go ahead and just hop into it. I got quite a few notes here, so I'm probably going to take my time as I'm probably going to be losing my space, losing my spot on these notes, but we're going to try to go ahead and get into this review. I definitely want to start off as I've ended Married to Medicine review by saying I feel like everybody was full of shit on the stage. Okay, that's just my opinion. I feel like everybody was just full of SHI. Those are my thoughts about it, but we'll go ahead and hop into it. Okay, we see that Porsha and Kandi are sitting right next to Andy. You have Porsha sitting in Nene's seat, and you have Kenya sitting to the right of Andy. Now, I thought it was interesting, although those two ladies are sitting there, the order that he went into speaking to all those ladies, to me, made me feel like seniority. He went from top to the bottom of the list. He went from Kandi to Porsha to Kenya to Cynthia to Drew. So I just found it to be like a whole lot of interest. And I said, okay, so you're not just going to start with the ladies on the side of you and then work your way down. You're going to start all the way on the end with Kandi. Then you're going to come up across, slide, and then go, okay, we got you. All right, cool. That's fine then, okay? The ladies are, they're bringing up the whole quarantine weight. Why is the conversation so much? IDK, because all of the ladies end up losing their weight anyway, so it really don't matter. I feel like Andy was probably fishing for conversation because the show was flat. Okay, they cut out a lot of stuff, so the show was flat. Kenya is asked about her butt. She is asked, if something about whether or not, what are her thoughts about people thinking that she had surgery or something. And she tried to talk about her waist being a certain way and then her butt being like this when she lose weight versus like that. And it's like, Kenya, there's not a person in America that you're going to get to believe that your ass is real. And I'm just sorry. Okay. We're not even looking at the waist, man. We're looking at the fact that the ass does not match the thighs. Okay. It just doesn't even look right. It looks fake, unfortunately, and we're just being honest here. And it's okay, it's fake. Yeah, so you're not going to convince anybody. I don't know what she was trying to come up with about this whole damn, well, the ladies know when my body's like this versus like that, and when I gain weight, when I lose weight. It's like, okay, girl, whatever you want us to believe, we're going to go ahead and move on. So Portia's social justice endeavors are brought up, and then they bring up the conversation about the PSA. The PSA in which Drew and Cynthia got the opportunity to be a part of, but Kenya and Kandi were not a part of it. My issue with this is, why the fuck are we bringing up a PSA that we never got to see on the show? Why are we discussing something that we as viewers never got to see? It wasn't a part of a conversation for real, the PSA, none of that. Why y'all bringing this up? I ain't really see the point, but I guess it speaks to Kenya feeling as though she don't believe in Portia's activism or whatever Porsha got going on, because she feels as though you're saying that Black Lives Matter and that you care and everybody counts and all this stuff, but you're not considering me and the other ladies that would like to be a part of this mission. So don't sit up there and say that you're in support of all of us and Black lives and this and that when you didn't even consider the lives that were around you to be a part of such a massive movement. You did not choose us. So I understood where Kenya was trying to come from, but I also understand where Porsha was coming from too. If this is something that's meaningful to me, then and I know you don't really like me like that, and you've been fake about it, you're saying that I'm being fake about it, then why would I invite you to be a part of something? Because then that makes me feel, when I get you around, and we already know the history with you and I, i.e. Porsha and Kenya, we already know our history. Nothing ever really goes right between the two of us. So why would I then invite you to be a part of this particular thing that I have going on? That right there doesn't make any sense. So I kind of understood where Porsha was coming from, but then on the flip, it could be that you could have invited her to prove her wrong, so that she could see, like, yeah, all of that stuff that you're talking and you feel as though what I'm doing is not authentic or it's not real or anything. You see, I'm down here in the trenches, like, so, here it is, you can witness that. But also we've seen Porsha out here protesting, and Kenya still don't believe in anything that Porsha has to say. So I kind of understood where Kenya was trying to go with it, and then I also understand what Porsha was with it, period. The reason why I did not invite you, but it did not explain why she did not invite Kandi. And when Kenya got ready to say, well, Porsha did not invite me, it sounded like she was going to add me nor Kandi, but the audio cut, it clipped, and then it went to the camera and stuff went to Porsha or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Obviously, I guess they're trying to keep Kandi out of that whole conversation for whatever reason, because that was brought up. But all right, that's fine. So let's move on. Where am I here? Kenya tells Porsha Kenya tells Porsha that she was proud of her, but Portia's not hearing that. She's like, I'm proud of your endeavors. I'm proud of everything that you have going on and stuff. And Portia's like, yeah, no, because don't sit up here now and try and tell me that you're proud of me when all of your actions leading up to this moment show that you weren't proud of me. You didn't even believe in what I was doing just a second ago. And now all of a sudden you want to say that you're proud of me because Andy is sitting right here and he's saying that he's proud of me too. Yeah, no. So I understand the frustration. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And that's when they went into the conversation of why Kenya felt the way that she felt, because Porsha did not invite her to the to be a part of the PSA. Now, the conversation comes up about Porsha and Dennis because, we saw some clips of things that actually did happen, that we did get to see throughout the season. And she says that as it pertains to her and Dennis, she says that they are working on being a family. And for me, that means, i.e., we still fucking, okay? We not together, but if I'm going to go ahead and get that itch scratched, I'm going to get it scratched by my baby daddy, and I ain't going to go out here in these streets and hump on nobody else. I'm just going to do it with him because, God forbid, I get pregnant, at least it'll be by the same person. So that's what I captured from everything that Porsha was saying, in my opinion. She did let us know that Toya tried to hook her up on a date, or at least she not tried, she did. She set her up on a date, but Porsha was not feeling this out because she said that the guy was really young. So I'm like, okay, I guess, Porsha, if that's what you say, it makes me wonder, like, are you talking about he was young as in his age, or was his pockets young? Which one was it, Porsha? Did he not have enough coin for you? Which one was it? Okay. So Kenya is asked about Mark. The conversation goes to Kenya. She's asked about Mark. Kenya says that she won sole custody of her daughter. So shout out to her for that. She says that she is still wearing her ring because she takes her vows very seriously, and that she will continue to wear her ring until the divorce is final. She also goes on to say that she actually filed for divorce. Now, y'all know Kenya gonna be back next season with this same stuff. None of us believe that Kenya actually is going to go through with this divorce, although she may have filed. Hell, Mark filed too, and I think he had to take that off the table. So at any moment, I feel like she'll take that off the table, just like, with her ring. She wears her ring and says that she takes her vows seriously, but I also think she just wears it because it's something she always wanted. She always wanted to be married. She always wanted to kind of have that family, and she fucking with Mark off hope. And that's just what that is, hoping that at some point, he'll come back around. Kenya also said that she believes that if it was, Kenya says if the pandemic didn't happen, then they would have been together to figure out what's next. I completely disagree. I don't believe that at all. If y'all can't even get it together outside of the home, in my opinion, when y'all live together, the pandemic would have just sped up the process of y'all getting a divorce. It probably would have helped. Okay. But y'all didn't stay together. But she's saying had the pandemic not happened at all, that they would have been good. And it's like, but y'all wasn't good before the pandemic happened. So what are you trying to, what lies is you up here telling yourself, and why? I cannot take it. Okay. Kandi tells her, like, girl, if you're not happy, then just get up and leave. Cynthia says the same thing. She's like, girl, you're not happy. He got so much to say when it comes to your daughter and everything. So why are you continuing to put yourself through this situation? Kenya has no answer for that. She just likes him, and that's what she wants to be. Okay. She's asked if she is upset. Kenya is asked why she was more upset with Toya for telling her business and not Kandi for telling her business. And she said that she was upset with Toya because Toya told people that she don't really fuck with and people that don't support her at all. Whereas with Kandi, she feels as though Don Juan is a good friend of hers and stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like she also said that she and Kandi have had this conversation already. I wish we would have got to see it because I just feel like whether I rock with those people or not, if it's my business, give me the space and the respect to tell what I want to tell to whom I want to tell it to. That's not your place to do so, period. So I feel like I wish we would have got to see Kandi get that heat that Kenya likes to say that she gave Kandi. And I find it so funny. I feel like she be giving Kandi so much grace sometimes. Like even when she was answering the questions in the reunion, you know, and Kandi, we talked about this. It's like, this shit ain't funny. It's not, you up there laughing and stuff. Why are you laughing? It ain't funny, not at least not to me. She was wrong, you know, but obviously they must have moved past that. I don't know why she be like real delicate with Kandi sometimes. And Kandi don't always be delicate with her, but I guess, girl. All right. So let's move on. So Andy brings up the fact that we got to see Mark blocked her on the finale episode. He asked her if she wants to give Mark a call now to see if he to see if he still has her blocked, because she's saying that he got her unblocked now. And I'm like, I mean, he might have her unblocked. I mean, you know, that could very well be true. Mark probably do got her unblocked, but I wouldn't be surprised if she called and he still didn't answer though. So that was kind of funny, but I don't blame him because he also kind of put Giselle on the spot when it came down to Real Housewives of Potomac about Jamal, which is interesting because we are going to see Giselle Bryant and Jamal Bryant both on Married to Medicine next episode, which is pretty interesting. But yeah. So anyway, Andy is shady as hell because he decides to compare Kenya and Mark's parenting to Porsha and Dennis's parenting. And Kenya looked like she wanted to cuss him the hell out. Like, how dare you? Don't you ever in your life compare what I got going on over here to what she doing over there. Don't do that. We don't do that around these parts, honey. We don't do that. But she says, well, I'm married. So what I took from that, the way she responded, the key thing was married. She was trying to say, like, I'm married. She's not. So there is no comparison, okay? She can't even walk down the aisle. She hasn't even gotten to that place yet. But I am. And I'm kind of like, well, Porsha was over there like, that's not answering the question. And I'm with Porsha, like, it wasn't like, what the fuck they got to do with the parenting? You know, I think she could have just said, you know, well, you know, what works for Porsha and her husband, Porsha and her baby daddy, they live in the same state. They're able to make things work. You know, congratulations to them. My situation is completely different, as, you know, my daughter's dad and myself, we live in completely two different states. So it can be a little difficult. I think she could have finessed that answer. But, you know, she went ahead and took that shot at Miss Porsha, honey. Okay. So let's go on. Drew is asked why she keeps talking about Kenya's husband, and Drew says that she doesn't discuss Kenya's husband, and then goes on to say that Kenya had a lot to say about her before she even came on the show. Now Kenya did kind of throw a little shot at her in the confessional, saying, where did you get these strays? Now she did say that, so I mean, Drew kind of got a point, but I feel like Kenya, as I look back on the season, she didn't do a whole lot of talking about Drew. She just did a lot of spreading the word of what somebody else said about Drew, i.e. Miss Toya. But, you know, I guess it looked good for her to come at somebody that was an old head. Kandi was unproblematic. She wanted to be friends with Porsha because she knows Porsha's a fan favorite. And it only made sense for her to go at Kenya because, like I said, Kenya is an old head. So she wanted to, you know, be the new girl, because a lot of people, when they come on the show and they're new, they don't really go at the villain like that. And she wanted to make sure she made a staple on Real Housewives to let people know, like, yeah, I am the infamous Drew Sidora that came in and went after Miss Kenya. She just kept going after Kenya. So, you know, it was what it was. Kenya is questioned about her Halloween costume, which I found completely funny because she tried to relate it back to it being a part of her heritage. Now, I will say this. In Kenya's defense, I can't say that she does not have Indian in her family, as she might. A lot of people may have things in their family. They may have, like my boyfriend, he's half Filipino, but he don't know them damn traditions or whatever. I think his dad was just like, oh, I'm not dealing with this shit. You know, he kind of separated his stuff from his family or whatever. But he doesn't know whatever traditions or anything that they have. So I feel like with Kenya, that could be the case as well, where with her, she may have Indian in her family, but and she may not know the customs and the heritage or whatever, all the information that she needs to know as far as being Indian. But I still think it was in poor taste to put that on for Halloween and then try to relate it back to the fact that because it's a part of your heritage, you would do it for Halloween. That shit that to me didn't even make any sense at all. Like, that's like me, like, okay, I'm African American, okay, I don't even know what tribe I may belong to over in Africa or something, and I just take their shit and I just start rocking it for Halloween. I wouldn't even feel comfortable in my spirit doing no shit like that for Halloween, trying it on like it's a damn costume. Like, I would not feel comfortable saying, hey, I'm an African. I'm like that shit. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that at all. So I think that she should have took the same amount of consideration for other people's, heritage, Indians or whatever it is she wants to try and throw on this week. I think that she was trying to come up with some stuff. Andy was asking her a lot of questions about it. And for me, I felt like she said that she went and talked to somebody and she learned this and she learned that. But what I gathered, honestly, was that Kenya ain't learned shit. Kenya ain't learned shit, but from what these people in social media land told her that she needs to know. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm not disputing the fact that Kenya is part Indian or has any Indian in her family. That could very well be true. But as far as her knowledge based around Indians, and her particular tribe, I don't think that she has full knowledge of that. And if she did, I feel like it would have been displayed at the reunion. But who knows? They could have also cut some information out, because that's what they do this season. They've been wonderful. If they ain't do shit else this season, they did a great job with editing shit out. So they could have edited out some things that she said IDK. But from what I gather from it, Native American. Thanks, Melanin Manson. So as far as Native American or whatever it is, I don't think she knew a lot. But that's that. Let me move on. So Porsha speaks up and says that Kenya always wants people to understand her, but she's not open to being understanding to anybody else. And I think sometimes that's the case for everybody on that fucking stage, to be honest. I think that's the case. That's the short answer. I feel like that's just the case for everybody in their own ways. They want people to be understanding to their situation, but don't give that in return. So I feel like that's a universal statement that Porsha made. So of course her and Porsha kind of bickered back and forth and went back at each other. Moving on. So Drew is asked about Josiah. She's asked about Josiah, and she says that he's been making strides to, at least his dad has. He's been making strides to be a better dad. He's shown up to a few events and things. So that's been going well. They've been trying to work on their, that's so funny. They've been trying to work on the parenting ship between the dad and the son. But my thing is, why Andy asked her the question about old dad? Or did I miss that? Maybe I missed it. Like, why did he should have asked her, have you guys removed the term old dad from your vocabulary? Like, is that still, like, how does your son identify? Hey, Jayne, how does your son identify his dad, his biological father? Have you had that conversation with him? What was that conversation like? Do chime in and tell me, like, let us know. I wish he would have kind of like dug deeper into that conversation a bit more with Drew. So where am I? So Kandi speaks on, so he pulls in Kandi, asks Kandi about her situation with Block and how Riley is. Riley is really at a do-away stage with her dad. She don't really care nothing about him. Just pay me what you owe me. Conversation came up about Kandi receiving her monies from child support. He's gonna have to pay back pay. He have a certain date that he has to get all this money in. Then after that, he's gonna continue to pay whatever else it is that he owes. And I want people to understand, especially y'all men, this is what I be talking about. Y'all be thinking child support is done for when a child turns 18, and that's not the case. If you still have money in the rearage or whatever they call it in that account, you gonna pay that, okay? So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how you need to do it, but that's just FYI. And this right here is a clear situation that Kandi has told y'all. Not only is Riley like 18 and in college, not only is he finna pay the back pay, but he finna pay the rest of what he owes her. Hello. So yeah, good luck with that, sir. But I'm with Kandi. People were complaining about her wanting the money when she's a millionaire and all this other stuff. The Rockefellers own a lot of SHI. Do you think that stopped them from getting more money? No, it has not. They want your money, her money, his money, your grandma money, your granddaddy, but they want everybody money. So why Kandi can't get all her coins? Okay, and Kandi said that money is my child's. It's not so much as mine, it's hers. And it's due to her, it's owed to her. So yeah, if this is what's gonna help her get through college and start her life as she goes on, then so be it. And he owes her that. He hasn't called this girl, hasn't tried to do anything, even did an interview on a radio station talking about how this girl needs to reach out to him. Baby, no, in my opinion, I don't feel like a child should have to reach out to a grown ass adult that does not put forth the effort to be in their life. You have somebody fucked up. Those are my thoughts on that. But let's move on. So Drew, and that's why I wish he would have asked her about this old daddy thing, because Drew took the perfect opportunity to try and play victim. Drew asked, she said, I have a question I'd like to ask Kenya. Why did you tweet that thing that you tweeted about my son when it came down to him meeting his dad? And Kenya was like, well, girl, I did that because it just didn't sit right with me. Something was really wrong. And the tweet basically was saying that, this sit down that Josiah is having with his dad is very cringy, and they shouldn't have did it or something like that. So then Drew takes this opportunity to motherfucking cry. And I'm like, nigga, shut up. Like, what are you crying for? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? And in my opinion, I feel like King ain't say nothing about your motherfucking child. You would have thought she would have called the baby out his name or something. Just in my opinion, I feel like Kenya was talking about the situation. Like, this conversation, it was cringy. It was. I was cringing. Like, this baby do not want to talk to this man. He does not. This is cringe. I'm sure the daddy was over there cringing his damn self. I'm sitting on camera and my own child don't even want to talk to me because I haven't even done my part as a dad. So I'm sure the father was over there cringing. You know what else makes us cringe, Drew? Is the fact that I cannot get old daddy out my head. That's what makes me cringe, that you couldn't think of any better term aside from real dad. That's it. Like, you couldn't think of anything outside of that you had to go with old dad. I am cringing at that. I'm also cringing at the fact that you forced your child to have this conversation, this sit down. Like, I love how delicate Ralph has been with her son, but overall, this baby was telling you that he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. But, obviously he's getting ready because the daddy done came down and he done met with him and stuff. So that's what the dad has to do. He has to continue to keep trying. But Drew, all that crying and shit, girl, you can cut that out because you've had a whole lot of mouth. And then when it comes to that, ain't nobody even talking about your baby. All this lady said was she retweeted something saying that it was cringy. And then here go Kandi, because y'all know Kandi don't tolerate nobody talking about kids. I just think we should keep stuff like that off. Nobody should be talking about people's kids in any type of manner. I just think we need to leave that alone. I couldn't fault Kandi on that. But again, I was with Kenya when she said I wasn't talking about the girl's child. I was really talking about the situation. Watching this is cringeworthy. And that's just what it was. Drew, like I said, she told Kenya, like, that was very irresponsible of you, and I would never forgive you. And I'm like, be careful with the nevers. Be careful with the nevers, because let's be honest. I see you, Ron, Porsha, DIC, and okay, I get it. But Porsha has had it out with every single woman sitting on that stage. Okay, so I would have no surprise if you later on down the road would be next. Okay, we already see how fickle you can be with your friendships. Kenya tell you something, you feel that it's okay for you to address what Kenya told you in front of a group of people. Toya tell you something, you feel the need to address it in front of everybody else, in front of a group of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I have no doubt that you would probably do that to Porsha at some point. And you're going to piss her the fuck off. And then she going to put you in a box like she put Toya in a box. So you just never know. And then you're going to be trying to run over there to Miss Kenya and go over there to Candyland and try to befriend them. So just be careful with the never say never, okay? You never know what happens. Okay, Kenya does go on to apologize to Drew. She apologizes to her. And then Drew is like, you owe me and my son an apology. Girl, I disagree with that. I mean, maybe she owes you an apology if it was taken wrong, but I don't know about the child. Y'all let me know. I don't feel like the child doesn't have to be involved in grown folks' business like that, especially if she did not disrespect that child. I don't think that she disrespected the child. I think she just merely said this situation was cringeworthy, and she didn't even say it. She retweeted it, so she agreed with it. But Drew just doing the fucking most. And it looks good, like I said, for her to go at Kenya. She ain't finna go at Porsha. Porsha the fan favorite. She finna go at her. And she didn't know what the hell to do when Kandi was on her ass. She really didn't know then at the Christmas party. So she don't want that many enemies, but I think she thinks it's great to have Kenya as one. So okay, girl. Well, good luck. Let's move on. Drew is asked about Ralph and his faithfulness. Because we still don't know where the hell Ralph went. Did y'all notice when Andy asked Ralph that question, he kind of smirked? And I was like, Ralph was definitely doing something he had no business. I want to believe otherwise. But I don't know if he went to the strip club or something, got some sloppy toppy. I'm not really sure what he got. But I don't know. That smirk made me be like, I don't know. I don't know what Mr. Ralph was down there doing. And he didn't tell you purposely. So, yeah, we never found out anything. But he did say that moving forward, he won't do that again. He'll never go somewhere without telling Drew. And Drew also, the question came up about whether or not she believes that he was being unfaithful to her. And she said, no, he's never made me think that. He's never put me in a position to make me think that he would do something like that. So, I mean, everything's perfect. Everything over here is perfect. My son is perfect. My household is perfect. My husband is perfect. My hairline, I bought it, is perfect. Everything here is perfect. So no, I don't believe that at all. And then Kandi over there like, this bitch told me something different the other day. But if that's what you want to say, then okay, then. And I was with Kandi. I was with Kandi all day, like, yeah, Kandi, I'm with you on that. Because Kandi loves to give away shit though, but she never likes to open her mouth. That'd be the only issue I'd be having with Kandi for the most part. She loves to give away stuff, but just won't come out and say it. Like, just say it then, But she did kind of call Ralph out for his actions and him leaving and not telling her or, telling his wife or anything. So all of that was sketchy. She said if it was Todd would be on the floor. I beg to differ, but we shall see. Oh, another thing I wanted to highlight was when Drew said that Kenya kept complimenting her husband and trying to flirt with her husband. I liked how Kandi said, which, even though Kenya has a history of this, that could very well be true. She probably thought he was a handsome man. She probably did the most. She's a flirty person, so Drew probably took it the wrong way. But if it was Porsha or somebody she was cool with, Drew probably would not have taken it the wrong way. But she definitely took it the wrong way with Miss Kenya. But I liked how Kandi said my aunt was kind of flirting with him too, though. Yeah, her aunt damn near had her hand in his pants under the table, girl. But you ain't get mad at the auntie though. You ain't get mad at the auntie at all, girl. But you got mad at Kenya. So for me, I think that Drew definitely wants to continue to have an issue with Kenya. That's just how I see it as I watch it. What else happened here? Drew and Ralph, they agreed that they're still going to counseling. Drew says that is every Monday. That's the thing that's continuing to keep their relationship going. And did y'all notice how Drew said, for us, she stretched that. So the same way Kenya was trying to throw in Porsha's face the fact that Porsha's not married. Well, Drew was trying to throw in Kenya's face that, yeah, I am married, but my husband lives in my house. And for the most part, we are happy. We have our ups and downs, but over here we're good. And it's no issue getting my husband to counseling, but how about yours? Yikes. Okay. That's what I gathered from when she said that. Okay. Where else we at? So Kenya, so they take a break. And we see that Drew, who was crying at one moment, and then she flipped the switch, like everything was all great. Like, girl, where did your tears go, Miss Actress? So she is upstairs. We see her talking to Porsha. They're complaining about Kenya. She's talking about how Kenya owes her 14 more apologies and all this stuff that she'll never get. But okay, Porsha really didn't even want to entertain that conversation too much. But because she and Drew is cool, she listened to it for a little while. Moving on, we saw Kenya in the room and Toya calls her. Toya is upset because she's like, Drew had somebody come to the room and they need a vitamin C pack. And she's trying to be funny. And I really did not like that at all. Like, I did not like it at all. Like, she's trying to be funny, and that made me really mad. And I'm like, how? Bitch, you sick. She gave you a vitamin C pack. I don't know. I need the rest of the context. I need the background. What was the thing? You were sick. She gave you a vitamin C. What are we? What? Why? What is it? What is it? I'm confused. I didn't understand that. But then she goes on to say that somebody put the camera in her face. Now, how was that Drew's fault? Unless Drew told him to go over there and put the camera in her face. Like, was Drew on FaceTime or something? What was that about? But then Drew, when Toya comes out and she's fronted about the situation, Drew says, I was hysterical. I was mortified. I said, bitch, if y'all don't get this girl, like, I loved Drew. I went from loving Drew to liking Drew to I think she's good for this show. But now I'm just watching her a little bit. And I'm just like, if y'all don't get her ass and give her another break. Give her ass another break. I was mortified. I apologize. That person shouldn't have been here. They're gone. I don't know what else you want me to do. Bitch, that's how Kenya was. When Kenya had apologized to you and you said she owed you and your son an apology. Girl, y'all probably the same bitch. I don't know. But Toya comes out. Matter of fact, I don't even think I had a picture, y'all, because I really want to take the time. I really do. I do. I want to take the time to find this image of Miss Toya. Where is it? Father God, please let it rain through for me. I really want to find this picture because Toya really made me feel away. She comes out there and she tells everybody, hi, yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm happy to be here with my girls all again, except for SpongeBob. Bitch, those teeth are SpongeBob, okay? That's SpongeBob. I don't know who the fuck did your veneers, but they were wrong for that, okay? I cannot take it. And if I could have zoomed in anymore, I would have. Do you hear what I say? Okay. Me so damn mad sitting up there looking like Squidward in a dress, but you trying to talk about somebody else looking like SpongeBob? No, ma'am. Girl, okay. I ain't like that at all. Trying to comfort that girl. I was like, And who told you you was Miss Queen when you came out? Who told you that? Who told you that? No, ma'am. I ain't like that at all. So I had to just show that. I'm gonna give y'all that one more time because Miss Toya really pissed me off. Okay, and I was looking and I was like, girl, who did your teeth? They didn't do a good job. You may have to go back and get another set while you over here trying to call somebody a sponge and a bob. Yikes. Anyway, so what else happened? Drew, that's when Drew and Toya ended up arguing because Drew, now Toya was funny when Toya called her Drew Snorer, okay? Or something like that, she said. And Drew was so taken back. She didn't know what the hell to say. She was a bit shook up like, oh, okay. I didn't even say anything to her. She came out here just guns blazing. Pow, 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 pow. Yes, she did. She was on your ass. And it was quite funny. So then Drew said, Petty Peaches, pipe down. Petty Peach, pipe down. Be quiet. Be quiet. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna end on that note. On that note, okay, cool, great. But overall, I mean, y'all, excuse me. I need a moment of silence for this season because it was trash. It was terrible. I mean, I'm surprised I even got through this review, but I'm gonna continue to try to get through the rest, the other two. But y'all, and this is so crazy because usually when I do reviews, I never make it all the way to the reunion. I always go on like a hiatus. I always stop and everything. This is the first season that I allow myself to review from beginning to end and actually tortured my motherfucking self while I watched it. Bravo. Y'all gonna have to do something. I don't know what y'all gonna have to do. Y'all can try and bring back old people all day long, but if y'all not coming up with better storylines and doing a better job and stop editing out everything, it's gonna fall flat for another season. Okay, so y'all need to get that together. But it was trash. I'm about to go ahead and check out some of y'all comments, but this shit right here, it wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. It wasn't giving me nothing. We saw her on the beach, and that girl was trying to run with a stone in her pants. Who was on the beach trying to run with a stone in their pants? I think she just holding on because she don't want to be without a man, of course. Of course, that's what Kenya's doing. She's in love with the idea of a marriage and have a one up on people. Yeah, I think, and she just don't want to really prove nobody wrong when all the people say that she wasn't gonna be with this man, you know. So I think the idea of marriage was hit the nail on the head. Actually, I want to scroll down. Actually, production needs to be fired. They need to be gone, completely gone. Like they need to begin their walking papers right now, right fucking now. The season sucked because of production. I agree. Electric chair for the whole for this whole season. They need Nene and Phaedra. I don't know. I don't know. I was never crazy about Nene being on the season, and I think one of the best seasons they had, Nene wasn't even on there. Phaedra, I like Phaedra. I think Phaedra is very, very entertaining, but if they don't have the right producers, it's gonna fall flat regardless of who the hell they got. Drew is lying. I doubt that her worker bust in Toya's door with a camera and some vitamins. Drew is lying. I doubt that her worker bust in Toya's door. I'm confused. I love Latoya, and she's gonna mollywop Drew Snora. Now I will say this: I was definitely in the beginning of the season like I want to see Toya back. Toya can go. If Toya come back next season, I won't even be mad. I won't even be mad. Let her come back. It's whatever. It's whatever. Why do I? Oh my God. I want to tell you to lay off the fillers. I used to watch her channel and her face was not like that before. Yikes. I guess that's what happens when you come and you're around these Real Housewives ladies. That's what they do because Porsha got fillers too. And I believe she has fillers because earlier this season when I saw her top lip, I could tell she had fillers in her lips and it bothered me so fucking bad. And I was like, Porsha, you so pretty, girl. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. Drew saw fate with the setting up shit, setting up the recording of the prophet, having someone going into other rooms while getting dressed. But she was trying to deliver one of them vitamin C packs. I thought she was probably trying to help the girl. That's why I feel like I need a bigger picture. I need to see what else is going on. It's absolutely Drew's fault for her friend busting into her dressing room as she was getting dressed. They don't even like each other. I'm not sure because it seems like they actually do have a friendship, but it's a love-hate friendship or some shit going on. One minute they cool and it'd be interesting to us because when we see them bickering, it's like, okay, they don't like each other, but then next thing you know, y'all was hanging out and stuff. So it's like, okay, are y'all cool or y'all not cool? Y'all friends? What kind of friendship is this? So IDK. Drew was really doing her best to attach a beef to Kenya, and she looks pathetic. She is such a eye roll. I agree. I don't understand that, and it makes sense. So, like, if Toya don't come back to the show, who's she finna beef with? Who's she gonna have an issue with if Toya don't come back? We know Drew. We know Kenya most likely gonna come back, so she gotta have somebody she can go at because she's not gonna go at Porsha. I don't see her going at Kandi. Let me write that so I can remember them. Drew was throwing out everything and hoping something landed. Basically, that's what it was. Did you notice how Drew tried to pretend like she started coming at Kenya because Kenya called her astray, yet she didn't see the part of Kenya's confessional until it aired? Did Porsha not flirt with Ralph, telling him to pick up a pen for her so he could show his muscles, or are we just gonna forget about that? I don't even remember that, but I'm sure it happened. I'm sure King is not the only person that flirts. I feel like Porsha is a very flirtatious person, but of course she ain't gonna say nothing to Porsha. That's her friend. Let me be on Candy's neck. She really can't stand her. I mean, I just be calling it how I see it on the show. And I think when the people talk about how she tries to just be nice with everybody and cool with everybody. It's like, fuck them. They don't care about you. Girl, these people have been playing you on more than one occasion. So just keep it a book. Stop that silly shit of hiding stuff and, you know, dropping little seeds but not giving us the whole pie. Girl, give us the whole pie. Stop playing. Moving on. All right, y'all. I'm done with the comments. I'm not gonna keep reading. I'm tired. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like the video. I definitely appreciate it. Leave your thoughts and comments down below from what all you guys weren't able to tell me. Leave it down in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.